Hey guys, I'm back with another video. This one's going to be a little different than any of my previous videos, and where I'm going to give you an axe weapon guide, mainly directed toward orc warriors because you should be trying your best to use only axes. Now there's certain levels or instances where there's better options, and that's totally fine. I mean, one great example of that is the Crescent Staff from Leaders of the Fang quest for Wailing Caverns. That staff alone will last you from like 18 to 25. Now this guide's pretty straightforward, but I'll try to give you some alternative axes like axes you can find in the auction house because you might get pretty unlucky for ones that I suggest. Now you can also use this video for classic era as well if you're leveling a toon over there or hardcore. So alright, let's get started. From level 1 to 10 there really isn't a specific option. It shouldn't break your bank to grab a BOE axe called the Severing Axe of whatever stats it gives you, or even the Copper Battle Axe for level 8. These are going to carry you for quite a bit of levels and into the Barrens. Now from 10 to 20, we have the Axe of Orgrimmar from the Hidden Enemy Chains from Thrall. This axe has good attack speed and stats and should last you for a few levels and isn't too hard to get. It just requires you doing Ragefire Chasm. We also have this, I'm going to mispronounce this, but the Zovur Axe from the Harpy Raiders Chain and the Crossroad. This axe is a little harder to get and more time consuming considering it's a 3-part chain and you got to walk back and forth. But if you have a duo partner, it's totally worth getting done at an early level. Your best weapon throughout this bracket, like I said previously, will be the Crescent Staff from Wailing Caverns, like I mentioned in the introduction. Now, from level 21 to 30, we have a ton of different options in this bracket. I first want to look at a few dungeon axes that you could get, and starting with the Arched War Axe from Commander Springvale and Shadowfang Keep. Once again, good attack speed and good base stats. We also have the Reef Axe from the Murloc boss in Black Fathom Deeps. In our mid-20s, now this is depending on if you have cash, random vendors do sell the Merciless Axe, a level 26 axe that gives you 12 strength or 24 attack power and has good attack speed. Now it's going to cost you anywhere from 2 gold 84 silver to 3 gold 15 silver depending on your rep. So this axe can be found in Thunderbluff or the Orc vendor in Hillsbrad Foothills where you repair. So if you have better rep with Orgrimmar, go buy it at Hillsbrad Fills. If you have better rep with Thunderbluff for some reason, go to Thunderbluff and buy the axe. Now, your next and most obvious choice for your late 20s is Corpse Maker from Ram Tusk and RFK. Great attack speed and stats. There's no reason you shouldn't at least be trying to grab this axe. Now, another option is Thermoplug's left arm off the last boss in Nomergon. A little bit of quick attack speed, but still serviceable. You also have quite a few choices in the auction house. Now, from level 30 to 40, it's really all about the Whirlwind Axe. If you're lucky enough to have someone help you, you can get this axe pretty quickly in your mid-30s, otherwise it'll take you until your later 30s. If for some reason you do not want or you cannot get your Whirlwind Axe, then continue to rock with Corpse Maker or your BOE choice until you can grab Tokar's Murloc Chopper from the Thread of the Sea quest in Swamp of Sorrows. This just requires you to kill some Murlocs, but I wouldn't do this quest until your late 30s. I also want to throw Ravager as well in here if you're lucky enough to grab this axe. Great weapon for AoE dungeon leveling because of the spin effect, and overall just a great axe. Now from 40 to 50, we have quite a few options, starting with the Will of the Mountain Giant, but I don't blame people for not grabbing this. It's a 2-quest chain, but it takes a ton of time to do the first quest, Natural Materials, so if you don't really have time to spare, I wouldn't do this. But if you can get your hands on it, your first upgrade from your Whirlwind Axe or Ravager will be the Executioner's Cleaver BOE from the auction house. Again, this is only if you have cash. Not only does it give you 23 strength or 46 attack power, it has good attack speed, and it gives you your first 1% hit. Our next option really isn't until your late 40s with the Gatorbite Axe from Rock Grip in the Maridon Princess runs. This axe is extremely underrated, and the bleed proc stacks with your deep wounds and your rend. This axe is a little harder to get just because princess runs aren't that popular in hardcore, so you might be very well stuck with your Whirlwind Axe until your late 40s, and there's really nothing wrong with that. From 50 to 60, your options become pretty slim until you start Prebis hunting. I know gold isn't always something somebody has, but I'm pleading with you to find a way to buy Lord Alexander's Battle Axe from the auction house. It's loaded with stats, good attack speed, and it will save you and last you until your late 50s since you can get this axe at level 51. Another great option is the Wave Slicer from the Hydro Spawn in Dire Maul East. Now, if you're on Era and doing DM East jump runs, this axe is pretty easy to farm. 26 strength, and a crit percentage, you can't really go wrong with this axe. My last weapon of this video will be the Dreadforge Retaliator from the last boss in BRD. Good attack speed, a parry percentage, a crit percentage, and 30 attack power. This axe is going to be hard to farm if you're doing hardcore, but you'll be running BRD at the end of the game anyways. As you can see, your 50 plus options are pretty limited, so if you're playing hardcore, don't be surprised if you're stuck with an axe for quite some time or continuously having to buy BOE auction house upgrades. Thanks for watching, be sure to subscribe, and I'll see you guys another time.